Hello viewers, we hope you are doing fine and having a great time. We are today going to show you a dry storage humidity cabinet which is used to store expensive ICs and other sensitive components. See, this dry storage cabinet is sold by India Enterprises and the capacity is more than 700 liters. This dry storage cabinet meets the international standards of storing the moisture sensitive devices inside a controlled environment. See this dry storage cabinet, it is shipped in a wooden packing and for the smooth transportation and to avoid any damage to this main unit. And we have removed the wooden packing and we have unboxed it, and now we are just viewing the main unit. See, the chassis is made up of carbon steel and the thickness is 2 mm approximately, and it is completely ESD safe. So in this video we will explain its various features, and we will also show you how to just to start how to start using it, and other we will also show you few necessary maintenance steps as well. So let's start and see it, its various parts and what is supplied along with this unit. So let's move. First we will show you this chassis is mounted on 4 wheels. All 4 wheels are ESD safe, and 2 front wheels are equipped with the locking mechanism, and the rear wheels are without locks. So this on off lever is provided on front wheels. With the just pressing this on lever, we can lock these wheels, and by just releasing it upwards, we can unlock these wheels. So both this can be done to the other wheel as well. And as I told you that the rear wheels are without lock, so only front wheels can be locked with the help of this locking mechanism. Next is the wrist strap terminal. See there are wrist strap terminals provided on the front side. So in these wrist strap sockets, we can insert the banana plugs which are connected to the wrist strap on the other side. We can see there are 3 doors on the front side. So each door is having a locking mechanism also. So it is locked with the help of a handle and a key. So let's see how this door is opened and how we can just start using its cabinet. So a push button is provided on each handle lock. By pressing this push button, this handle will pop up, and by twisting it anti-clockwise, we can just open the door, and there are a rubber gasket on each door which provides airtight type environment, and with the help of this gasket, so moisture is trapped inside this cabinet, and outside moisture cannot enter inside this cabinet. So let us see how the door is closed. We need to just close the door first, and just twist this handle clockwise and press it. So let's close the second door as well. Yeah, further we will see what is inside this cabinet. So let's open the door, and this some material is tied with the help of a cable tie to the shelves, and we need to just cut this cable tie first and take out these items outside. See, this is the calibration certificate which is supplied with each and every cabinet, and the operating manual is also supplied, which contains useful information with regards to operation of this dry cabinet. And next is the strap. The strap which is essential for part of this dry cabinet, and it is used with this cabinet for keeping and taking out the material. And see we will also show you how to just connect this wrist strap. We need to just take out the crocodile clip and insert this banana socket inside this wrist strap terminal, and wear this wrist strap before closing and opening the door of dry cabinet. See, the operator should always wear the wrist strap before opening the door, and she should keep wearing this wrist strap whenever he is in contact with this dry cabinet, and after just placing the material inside the cabinet, and the operator can remove the this wrist strap. Next is this power cord. The power cord is provided for to connect the this unit to the main power source, and key sets are also provided for each door. With the help of these keys, we can lock and unlock the door. We will show you how to connect, just how to lock the door with the help of this key. This key is inserted inside this keyhole, and then it is twisted anti-clockwise, and we can see that this door is closed now, and by just rotating the key clockwise, we can unlock the door and we can just twist the handle anti-clockwise to and just pull the door, and see how this door is opened and closed with the help of keys. Next is the adjustable shelves. See, the shelves inside this dry cabinet are adjustable. These height can be adjusted. Right now we have just tied these shelves to the main chassis with the help of cable ties, and customer should cut all the cable tie first and just remove the wastage material from this dry cabinet, and before operating this cabinet, and with the help of these clamps, we can adjust the height of dry cabinet, sorry, these shelves. By moving the clamps upwards, we can just increase the height between two shelves, and by just taking down the clamp, we can decrease the height between two shelves. Similarly, all 5 shelves are adjustable, and it can be, and these height can be adjusted with the help of these clamps. So these shelves are rest on the clamps, and by just adjusting the height of clamps, we can adjust the height of shelves as well. So as this is an ESD safe cabinet, so both glass and the chassis, means body, both are ESD safe. We can verify the ESD property with the help of a surface resistivity meter. We are carrying a LED based surface resistivity meter. So with the help of this meter, we will verify the ESD property. First we will check the ESD surface resistivity meter with the help of, see, we can easily see it is within a dissipative range, means the glass is ESD safe, and similarly we can check the body as well. So body is also ESD safe. So the entire cabinet is ESD safe because the surface resistivity is within the dissipative range. We can also check the surface resistivity of shelf as well. All the shelves are ESD safe as the surface resistivity is within the dissipative range. So as the moisture is absorbed with the help of desiccant modules, so we will show you how many desiccant modules we are using inside this cabinet, and we will also explain the principle of desiccant as well. So zeolite material is used inside this desiccant modules, and from the front side it absorbs the moisture, and from the rear side it releases the moisture. So this cycle continues until the set humidity level is achieved. See, there are 3 desiccant on the rear side of this cabinet. See, these, with the help of these desiccant modules, the humidity is absorbed from the front side and it is released from the rear side into the environment. So we will explain you how many desiccant we can use, and depending upon the level of humidity. See, an AC power cable is also supplied along with this dry cabinet, which is used to power on this unit. So we will connect the AC power cable to the desiccant, at the bottom level. Then this a parallel cable is connected to the second desiccant, and then the third cable is connected to the topmost desiccant module. So in this way, main cable is connected on the extreme bottom desiccant, and then to the middle, and then to the top one. So see, with the help of these switches, micro switches, we can switch on the individual desiccant modules, and we can switch it off as well with the help of these micro switches. So there are only two micro switches on two modules, and third one is having no switch. See, there are three desiccant modules as we already showed to you, but depending upon the set humidity level, we can switch on or off the individual desiccant modules. Suppose if we want to maintain a humidity level of 45 or 50% RH, then we need to just operate only one desiccant module, that is the top one, because it is connected to the main display unit, and only one desiccant module should be connected to the main power source with the help of a power supply. And so as these three are connected to the main power source, we will switch the remaining two desiccant modules. So we will switch both the units off. So with the help of the switches, the remaining two desiccant modules should be switched off, and in this case only one desiccant module is connected to the main power source, which is further connected to the main display. So for maintaining the RH level of 40 to 50% or more, we should only use only one desiccant module, and remaining two desiccant modules should be switched off. And suppose if we want to just maintain a RH level of 20 to 35 or 40 odd, then we need to switch on the two desiccators. See, in this case the top one is already switched on, and we have now switched on the second desiccant as well, and the remaining third one is in off state. So for maintaining a RH level of 20 or 20 onwards, 20 to 40% RH, two desiccant modules should be used. And if we want to maintain a RH level of 10% or less, then all three desiccant modules should be switched on. So we will switch the third one as well. So in this, for maintaining the RH level of 10% or less, all three desiccant modules should be switched on. So you can choose your RH range, and depending upon your RH range, you need to switch on the respective desiccant modules. See, this dry cabinet should be connected to the external grounding also. A copper strip is provided on the bottom, and it is connected to the main chassis, and this copper strip should be connected to the external grounding point, so that this dry cabinet is perfectly grounded to avoid any shock to the operator. Now we move to the operational part, and we can see this control panel in front of you. See, this control panel, we can see the temperature and humidity level. See, 26 in the green is the room temperature, and 46 is the set RH level. See, the only in this dry cabinet, only the room temperature is displayed. It cannot be adjusted. See, we can only change the room temperature or calibrate it by using an external measurement system, which can measure the external room temperature, but we cannot increase or decrease the temperature inside this cabinet. We can only increase or decrease, or we can only adjust the RH level. So RH level can be adjusted according to customer's choice, but room temperature will be stable, and it will be only dependent on the room or place where you are using this dry cabinet. However, this room temperature can be calibrated or can be adjusted by like 1 or 2 degree or 3 degree. Suppose if any deviation is reported between the set or displayed room temperature and the actual room temperature. So this dry cabinet can only control the RH level and cannot control the temperature. It can only display the ambient temperature. So we will explain you how to set the humidity level, the desired humidity level according to your application, and how the temperature can be changed. So let's start. This HUM button is used to set the humidity level. We will press it, and first thing you will notice the HS. HS means humidity setting. By pressing the up or down button, we can change the humidity setting. By pressing this up button, we can increase the humidity level, or by pressing this down button, we can decrease the humidity level. Suppose if you want to just maintain the humidity level of 10, then we can use the down button to decrease the RH level to 10 and just leave it. For after few seconds, it will go to the main display. Next is HC. HC is for humidity calibration. This feature is used to calibrate this dry cabinet whenever required. It means that when the set humidity level and actual humidity level is different, then we can use this humidity calibration feature for calibrating this dry cabinet. Next is HH. HH means high humidity level. Means we can just keep a window of RH level to suppose if we set the humidity level at high humidity level at 25, and then if the this dry cabinet is crosses this high humidity level mark, then the buzzer will give a beep and will give a alarming signal if the dry humidity level crosses this high humidity level mark. Next is HL. HL means low humidity level. So we can set the low humidity level as well by pressing this up or down button. When the dry humidity cabinet just comes below this high set humidity level, then the buzzer will give a alarming signal, and the buzzer will also beep. We can see that after few seconds, when the no switch is pressed, then the display goes to the main function. So next part is the temperature. When we press this temp button, we can see the ambient temperature. So this is the ambient temperature. Suppose if any deviation is recorded, then we can calibrate the temperature by pressing this up or down button. But for this we need an external measurement system for measuring the room temperature, and if any deviation is reported, then we can use this EC feature to calibrate the temperature. Next is EH. EH means high temperature level. This similarly we can just set the high temperature level by using this feature, and by using the up and down buttons for setting the high temperature level. And when the dry cabinet crosses this mark, then the buzzer will give an alarming signal, and the buzzer will start giving some sound or some beep will be heard. And similarly, the next thing is low temperature level. Yeah, it is EL means low temperature level. Similarly, we can set the low temperature level as well by pressing this up or down button. So in the same way, when this dry cabinet crosses the low temperature level, then the buzzer will give an alarming signal, and the buzzer will blow, and the buzzer will give you a warning that the set low temperature level has been crossed, and we can make the necessary adjustment according to our choice. Next thing is the set button. See, set button is used to activate the buzzer. If you keep pressing this set button for few seconds, the buzzer, you can hear the sound of buzzer. It means the buzzer is beeping. It means that either the set humidity level or set temperature level has been crossed, either on lower side or on higher side, that's why the buzzer is giving an alarming signal. So similarly, set button again can be used to deactivate this buzzer. We will keep pressing it for few seconds and the buzzer will be deactivated. A USB port is also provided on this control panel. It is actually mounted and fixed on this in the body of dry cabinet. This is a male type USB connector. A standard USB cable, female to female type standard USB cable, can be used to connect this dry cabinet to your monitor, laptop, or any recording device. And supporting software you should also purchase along with the USB cable from us if you want to connect this dry cabinet to the uh, to your PC or laptop, etc. So by using this USB to USB cable and the supporting PC software, we can just keep data logging of like we can record RH and temperature level of this dry cabinet at various intervals. So this is very useful feature, but it is optional and customer can buy this optional feature on demand. So in this video we have explained various useful information which is essential for operating this dry cabinet, and we explained you each and every feature of this cabinet as well. And for operating this dry cabinet we have also explained its various parameters. So hope this video will prove useful to you, and it will be easy for you to operate this dry cabinet. So thanks for watching. That's all we have right now.